Hello, hello. Welcome to Tapping Tuesday. My name is Amanda, and if this is your first time here, welcome. If it is not your first time, welcome back. I'm so excited to be doing this with you. And if you're wondering what this is, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, also known as tapping. So if you've seen anybody do this, that is what we're doing here today. Now, there's a lot of explanation about all the theory behind tapping, all of the clinical studies behind tapping, so many wonderful stories online about tapping. We have a channel for all of that. It is EFT Universe here on YouTube. So you can go check that, watch all of those videos to get all of those answers. Here for the next hour, what we're going to do is participate. I want you to experience what tapping is. And I am a clinically certified EFT practitioner, which means that I have studied and tested to be sufficient in the 48 clinical techniques, which means that they have gone through the scientific process of being proven clinically viable to work. Work against what? For trauma and overwhelm. Now, it doesn't mean that you jump into like your biggest, hardest thing, especially there on your own. It's much better to do that when you have someone one on one with you that can really adapt to your current experience. What I would suggest more here is just think of something that you feel is in your way, something that you feel like is keeping you from your goal, something that you wish you had that you don't, something that you have that you wish you didn't. It can be as simple as a pet peeve. And feeling the relief and the change of perspective in minutes is really, really empowering. So that's what I'm here to help you do today. The way you can participate, there's two ways. One is immediate, one takes more time. The immediate way is we have an active chat. Through this chat, I will check in on the messages as we go throughout this hour and incorporate the things that you put in there into our tapping session today. Now, if you have something that you just don't want to put out there to the whole world, feel free to email me instead. Just know that I probably won't see it until the next tap that we do. And be sure to send it about 24 hours. So, like Monday, midday, as kind of my cutoff to like promise that I'll be getting it into the next tap. But that way you can keep your anonymity and also get some guidance on how to tap on that issue. So, I'm going to go ahead and say hello and we'll get started here. Hi, Mama Hutch. Oh, the grass and flowers are so happy. Yes, they are here too over in Washington. Hi, John. Hi, Sue. Hello, Violet. So nice to have you here. Oh, hi, Marion. Okay, grief over loss of a dear friend. I'm so sorry. She had a stroke, found out too late. That's tough. That's almost like a double loss because you have that shock and that hit, and then like, well, what's going to happen? And then it didn't go the way that where you got to have her back. So I'm so sorry to hear that. And yes, we can definitely tap on grief today. Hi, Tanya. Okay, and Heather, hello. So nice to see everybody today. Marie. Oh, yay, Violet. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, it was. Last week was a really great session. And I want you to know I really credit that to all of you. Um, I definitely know the techniques and I've learned some nuances, and in doing this for quite some time, but it really is shaped according to all of you. So I have so much gratitude that you show up and do this with me because I feel like that impact just wouldn't exist otherwise. And now anyone who comes across it can have it. So mwah. Okay. I don't have any emails to share from our community this week. So it will be all up to whatever you feel comfortable putting in the chat. And if the chat kind of dries up, don't worry. I can always bring up things that we can tap on together if there's not a lot going on today. Let's go ahead. Let's see, John, right now, your loving and caring 38-year-old mentally ill nephew diagnosed with PTSD and traumatic brain injury. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, it jumped. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I read it out loud and you retracted your message. I apologize if you didn't want that spoken. Without repeating what you wrote, give me an idea, John, of what support you would like in that. Are you looking for um, creativity and how to make the process easier, like make it flow better? Ideas on coping, or just relief? Maybe you're feeling nervous. Maybe you're wondering, do I have enough to do all of this, to help in the way that I want to? Would you like some confidence? Let me know what outcome for you would be supportive. It's okay to not give all those details, if it doesn't feel comfortable to share. Just saying, I'm struggling and I would like to have this outcome is plenty, just so everybody knows. Um, Marie, hello. Oh, where is it? Hello again. I thought I'd scrolled up. Okay, EMF sensitivity. Interesting. So that's a physical. I'm really curious to see if tapping will assist you with that. So thank you for that suggestion. I've actually never tapped on EMF sensitivity. On other things, light sensitivity, smells, allergies, and there's a physical response with that. So it's in there. Like, it's in the realm of possibility. Katrine, no lack of money in this world. However, I am blocking my abundance and I don't know how to unblock myself. Okay, thank you for that. Shay, calming down my anxiety as I date someone I really like. Thank you so much for bringing this up, because anxiety when things are going right is so pertinent, right? Because we fight and we fight and we fight to get there. And then we get there and what we're told is like, oh, it's supposed to feel great, but then it doesn't. And then we don't have tools for that. So I really appreciate you bringing this up, and congratulations on dating someone that you like. Um, so yeah, I will definitely work that in. Hello, Alexandra from Geneva. Hi, Karen. Oh, eating is out of control. Care partner anxiety. Okay, so we've got two for care partner support. Sally, good morning in Australia. Carolyn, love to be less fearful of health condition with foot. I hear you on that. Okay. Um, Mama Hutch, can I give Marie my number to text? I went through EMF poisoning. Absolutely, you can. I would say maybe exchange email addresses. So, Marie, Mama Hutch is wanting to offer you some connection on what you're talking about. So, but I wouldn't put your number just because it's the internet. I guess you could put up and take it down, but it's still going to be like in the recording. So, just to protect you more, I would say let's do email addresses. And if you didn't want to put it in the chat period, email me, both of you, and then I can connect you privately that way. Okay. Sue wants to be more grounded and organized. Okay. And John, you're going to send me an email. Sounds great. And I'm more than happy to chat with you in more depth about it then. And I've got resources that I can offer you as well in an email. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for all of the conversation. Let's take a moment and get grounded. Okay. And I love, John, that you're already tapping. Continue to tap through. In fact, let's just all do it. Let's tap through our grounding today. And I'm tapping on, the triple warmer point, which is what we typically do when we engage the 9 gamut. This is a technique that is utilized for really big bouts of overwhelm. So if you're not able to talk because you're crying so much, you're not able to think because you're so anxious or you're so scared, you're so angry, this is an excellent thing to do, is tapping on this point and circling your eyes. We won't do that part right now, but I have a feeling we'll do it in this session. Okay, and you can tap on any point you want. You don't have to tap on this one. Let's see, for grounding today, focus in on your body and let's think about the barrier that the skin provides. So just think about if you were to draw an outline of your body right now, what shape would it be because of how you're sitting, because of the shape that you are? Do you have something bulkier on? Like I've got this sweatshirt, that's got all these kind of bumps and ridges. What would your outline be right now? And just kind of trace that. Trace this space where you currently are, from the top of your head down, curving around the side, maybe around your ear if you've got ears that kind of stick out, down along your jawline, the side of your neck, tracing down the side of your shoulder, down your arm, looping around your hand, all of your fingers, back up your arm, into your armpit, and then following down your side, down to your hip, and then tracing down your leg, around your ankle, your foot, your toes, and then tracing up and around, across to the other hip, and down your other leg, down to your ankle, to your toes, and back up the outside of your leg, back up to your hip, and then up your side, back up into this armpit, tracing down around your arm, around each finger, tracing on up to your shoulder, the other side of your neck, your jawline, up around your ear, and across the top of your head. And see that line connect. And as that line connects, give yourself permission to feel comforted, to feel a line of protection. That this line right now is allowing you to have an extra barrier, a barrier from all of the things that you had to think about before this moment today, and all of the things that you'll have to think about again after this moment. But for right now, just allow this line to be a soothing presence that allows you to really just sit within this boundary that you've drawn. And as you're sitting here within your line, let's focus inwards inside of the body. And just generally think about the inside of your body, the blood that's flowing through, your organs that are working, your heart that's pumping, your lungs that are breathing, your stomach that might be churning around some food, your intestines that are absorbing in nutrients. And notice for a second where it is that feels tight, where it is that feels unsettled, where is it that feels like it's struggling. Go ahead and take a breath and let that out. And now let's breathe into that spot. And when I say that, what I mean is when we breathe in, the air is going to be going into our lungs, but we're going to imagine the air being drawn in all the way to wherever that tight spot is. So it's a little bit of imagery work, but it's something that the brain can understand the intention of. And what we're doing is we're offering in some movement, some fresh air, some assistance to wherever that tightness is in your body. So focus in on that spot where you have that tightness and prepare to take a breath into that area. And here we go. Breathe in. And now breathe out. And go ahead and breathe normally and check back into the tightness in your body. See if it feels a little bit better. If it does, Good job. That means your brain is on board and also wants to release the tightness of this area. Let's do that one more time. So go ahead and focus in on whatever the area is. And if you want to change areas, that's okay. That you feel this tightness within this line. That we're going to breathe out of our body. We're going to breathe air in, kind of encircle it with our air, and then we're going to whoosh it back out. Okay, ready? And take a deep breath. And out. Good job. And now breathe normally. I'm going to place my hand over my heart. I'm going to keep tapping. I'm going to set a quick little intention, and then we'll get right into it. As we tap together today, it is my intention that even though we are all around the world and we are having different but similar experiences of life, that coming together as a community, we connect on a level that is the same. We reach each other in a way that is meaningful and that is powerful and that is connective. And within this connection, it's my intention that you feel your value, that you know that whether you're showing up in a really good bouncy mood or you're having a really hard time, that you matter and that your contribution matters. And that by the time you leave this tapping today, you feel better. You feel the connection that this community offers for you, that you feel insight and empowerment and relaxation through your physical body, and that you are able to feel better about moving forward with the rest of your week. Let's take one more breath together. And out. Very nice. Okay, go ahead and pause on tapping. If you really feel like you want to keep tapping, please do. I'm just going to pause and give a little bit of a shake. Okay, and I'm going to read new ones that came in. So good experience. Thank you for that, Mystic Vibe. Okay, I'm going to refresh my mind. I know that we've got some anxiety and concern, some overwhelm going on, grief. Let's do our first tap on these big feelings. And you can say this big feeling if you more identify it as one. I feel like this will be more inclusive because we've got a little bit of a spectrum of big feelings happening. And as you focus in on this big feeling, I want you to really pay attention to the thoughts and the beliefs that are attached to it. Things that you feel are true, things that you're telling yourself, the way that things look because of this big feeling or these big feelings. Okay, let's go ahead and start tapping again. As I consider these big feelings and the overwhelming impact that they currently have on me, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I don't feel okay and I'm not sure what to do about that, I still choose right now to deeply and completely accept myself. Even if I'm not sure that there is a way to feel better. Even if I'm so overwhelmed, I don't have anything to put towards trying to feel better. Even if right now feeling better is almost discouraging because I still have to do what I have to do. And what I want is relief. And doing what I have to do isn't relieving. Even if right now I am struggling to hold on to a positive outcome for the feelings that I'm feeling, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Let's go ahead and switch to the 9 gamut. So if you've never done it before, there's a point right here. You don't have to find just the point. You can line up all of your fingertips in that little channel in between your hand bones, and you'll get it. And you don't need to tap hard. If you're having big emotions, sometimes that can be easy to do. So try to be gentle with yourself, even just a little, like just this little, that's enough. What we're going to do next is also really important. Keep your nose facing straight forward. We're going to circle our eyeballs on our periphery. The way the eyes are connected to the subconscious brain, this really helps release big overwhelm. So it looks weird, but I promise there's a big reason for it. So imagine there's a clock in front of you, and we're just going to trace the clock. We're going to go both clockwise and counterclockwise. So it doesn't matter which way you start. I'm not going to direct you. You can just pick a direction. So take your eyes up to 12 o'clock and just start to circle slowly. You don't need to go fast. And take your eyes around. Right now, I just want you to focus on the movement. We're just getting the movement down. So tapping on your hand, and at the same time, slowly circling your eyes around. Good. Okay, now we're going to add words back in. Keep slowly circling your eyes. These big feelings, these big, heavy feelings, these big, scary feelings, these feelings in my body. These feelings, these big feelings. Keep circling. The reason we're repeating the same thing over and over is we're allowing our brains to realize that it doesn't need to trigger so hard on this. We want it to almost get boring, okay? These big feelings in my body. Okay, go ahead and switch the direction of your eyeballs. Start circling the other direction. And I'll focus in on where the big feeling is in your body. And add that into the statement. These big feelings in my chest. And you say wherever you're feeling it. These big feelings that I feel in my chest. And if it moves, you can change where you're speaking it. These big feelings in my stomach. These big feelings that I feel in my stomach. Release. These big feelings that I feel in my stomach. Release. These big feelings. Release. Circle your eyes the first way again. All of these big feelings. Release. Release from my body. Release from my mind. Releasing. Releasing from my body. Okay, go ahead and stop circling your eyes. If you need to look softly down for a second or close your eyes or just blink softly, go ahead and do that. And let's move back to our normal side of the hand point. As I release the sensation of these big feelings in my body, I know it doesn't resolve my issue, but I wonder, do I need to have such big feelings to work on my issue? To work through this? Is this anxiety? Is this big amount of grief? Is this fear? Is this concern? Is this judgment? Is it necessary? Yes. No. I don't know. Even if right now I'm not sure whether or not all of this big feeling is necessary, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I accept the enormity of this emotion that I feel. I accept that maybe it's not doing me any good. I accept that maybe I feel like it's necessary. I accept that maybe I feel like I would be a bad person if I didn't have it. Whatever way it is that I'm feeling right now, I deeply and completely accept myself. It's okay if I'm confused. I'm overwhelmed. It makes sense that I would be confused because of all of this overwhelm. It's hard to have perspective in overwhelm. It's hard to have perspective through such big feelings. But I wonder, what are the truths that I currently believe about these big feelings? Is it really true that I'm a terrible person if I don't feel so upset? Is it true that I'm a terrible person if I allow myself times of ease, times of joy? If I were to allow myself to feel normal? I wonder, where did I learn that along with suffering, because this is a difficult situation, I must choose to suffer more? That I have to choose into big emotions that hurt me worse? I'm okay to have the emotions that I feel. There's nothing wrong with me having big emotions. I am valid in how I am expressing. But I wonder, do I carry them for longer than what is helpful? Do I believe that it's my duty, that it's my humanity for me to continue to carry this heavy weight? Whether or not I feel it's necessary, I deeply and completely accept myself. Maybe I could give myself permission to release it. I can let it go. And maybe it would come back because I'm still working through this. And I might have to let it go multiple times. What else could I do that would be helpful? What would I offer to someone that I love, who I saw struggling the way that I feel that I'm struggling? Would I tell them to just carry it all? Probably not. Would I tell them that it's necessary? No. I would want them to let it go. I would want to reach out and support them. So maybe it's okay for me to give myself that same permission. Maybe I have someone trying to tell me that already, and maybe I don't. But whether or not I have an outside person trying to give me support, I have me. And even if I've never been good at self support before, or I'm pretty good at it, this is a place where I could really use it now. I wonder, how can I start that? Where and how do I give myself support? Maybe I don't even know what I need yet. Maybe that's part of my struggle. Even if, as I look to offer myself support, I really have no idea how, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I choose to feel good that I want to, that I'm trying. I choose to feel good that I am choosing to see myself. I feel good that I am choosing to look for ways for this to be different. And I choose to trust that that's enough. That is enough of a beginning to start to make a change. So even though I may not have my whole answer right now, I wonder, what do I have? I know how I feel, and I know where I feel it. What if I offered myself some support? Support in those feelings and support in those places. Okay, but what does that look like? Maybe it looks like thinking of a lovely word like ease or comfort or nurture or safe. And I allow myself to receive the feeling that I associate with that word. And I receive it into all of the places in my body where I'm feeling the need for support. Yeah, I can do that. As I offer to myself this lovely word, I deeply and completely accept myself. I wonder, what else could I offer? Well, I know what things are overwhelming. I know what things I want to fix. I'm really focused on those. But am I giving a fair amount of energy and attention to what is going right, to what I already have, to what I've already done? Am I allowing acknowledgement? I can't acknowledge myself. Maybe I can acknowledge myself as I choose to be open about this idea of acknowledging myself. I deeply and completely accept myself. I wonder, how do I acknowledge myself? Maybe I could start off by thinking of things that are going right. I don't want to think of things that are going right. That feels dismissive. That feels uncomfortable. That feels like I'm being self centered. It feels like I am making light of this heavy thing. It feels wrong. Even if my initial response to self acknowledgement is to push it away, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I wonder, where would I have learned to push these things away? None of those sound like bad things to do. I'm not saying that the heavy thing isn't still heavy. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else. Maybe it's okay for me to put down that old programming that says that those things aren't allowed and give it a try. If I don't like it, I can stop trying it. But maybe it would feel really good to acknowledge myself. Maybe it would feel really good to say, you know what? This is really hard. But one of the reasons it's hard is because I have so much love, because I care so much. And I love that about me. I love that I put so much into the people and the things that I believe in. And even if that means I have hard times, I still love this about myself. I wonder, can I choose 3 things right now? 3 things to feel grateful for about myself. 3 things that are true about me that I can choose to put my energy and focus into, that are going to build me up, that are going to allow me to have some energy to move forward. That sounds like a smart thing to do. Maybe this could be really good for me. I could choose something about my body. Breathing. Maybe breathing has always been really easy for me. Maybe talking, speaking. Maybe my vision's really good. Maybe I really love where I live. I've allowed myself to be in a place that feels supportive. Maybe I love an attribute about myself, my ability to care, my ability to learn, my ability to adapt, my ability to have grit, to keep going when a lot of other people would have given up, even if it's difficult. I can choose things that I appreciate about myself. Maybe I can even say things that I love about myself. And I choose to also put energy into those. I choose to acknowledge those. My goodness, these things about me that have worked and worked for years with possibly no acknowledgement until this moment. And maybe if I continue to acknowledge the things that are working, even if it's not directly connected to what I'm working through that's hard, I will start to feel and see support in different ways. But even if this positive attitude towards myself doesn't fix this problem, I allow it to be good enough that it helps me feel better. These big feelings, my attributes that I appreciate. This big issue, my abilities. And as I continue forward, I commit myself to choose to see all of the good along with all of the things that need my attention. And as I do this, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, go ahead and pause, take a breath. Check in and just see how you feel with that big emotion that you first checked in on. See how you feel inside of your body. And if it feels better, then what you've done is you've successfully communicated with your subconscious brain about relief, and your brain has agreed. So, good job. And if that was emotional for you, where you were releasing, actively crying, yawning, giggling, just having flashes, maybe of heat, of different emotions, all of those are positive signs. Okay. Um, oh, I'm so glad, John. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. I would like to do a positive tap. So we had a few things mentioned in support on a positive side. I know we kind of did that a little bit in there, but I want to be a little bit more exact with it. So the angle for this will be more a positive aspect, that's working for you in your life. And if you're struggling to think of something like that right now, go ahead and think about a positive aspect that you're actively seeking to receive and that you're open to receiving, but you don't have any sign of it yet. and you're like, I'm really trying here. I don't know what else to do. How do I find you? Um, and we're gonna tap for you to find support for that. Okay. Go ahead and start tapping. I'm going to give you just another few moments to really zero in on what that could be. As I consider this positive aspect in my life, I realize it feels a little vulnerable. Maybe it feels a lot vulnerable. I would really love to feel grounded and confident in this positive aspect, but I don't. Even though right now I would love to feel confidence in this positive aspect, and I don't yet, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I accept that even though I plead with myself to just be strong and positivity, and it doesn't work, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though this, I've been told, is supposed to feel a lot better than it currently does, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I wonder why? Why doesn't it feel better? Why doesn't this feel like a victory? Why doesn't this feel like success? Why can't I congratulate myself? Why can't I see this as progress? I wonder, where did I learn that success like this is dangerous? It's dangerous to try for, it's dangerous to believe in, it's dangerous to lean into, it's dangerous to trust, even though I may have a lot of negative beliefs attached to these positive outcomes that I either have or I'm actively in the process of receiving. I firmly choose to deeply and completely accept myself anyway. I love that I'm reaching for this. I love that this is my goal. I love that this is my desire. And even if I don't know how to feel that yet, I still choose to acknowledge myself. This is a wonderful thing that I'm reaching for. And I am proud of that. And I receive that from myself. But I wonder, what else am I open to receiving? Is it hard for me because I'm afraid that asking is bad? Is it because I'm afraid that receiving too much of the good thing that I want is bad? And there's so many people who need stuff. Who am I to take like all the good juju? Even if I am fighting against a belief that good things are a scarce supply, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I wonder, where did I learn to accept that good things are hard to come by? How could that possibly be true? Isn't it true that good things multiply and multiply quickly? Like smiling. Smiling's a pretty small, simple thing to offer and to receive. But oh, it spreads really fast. What are other good things that spread in a similar way? Isn't it true that when I see something that's loving, whether it's a cute little puppy dog that's just loving on its owner or its mama, don't I feel and experience that wavelength too? I'm not even a part of it. I'm just viewing it and I immediately receive it. Well, if this is true, why did I learn? Why was I taught the good things are scarce? The good things are scary. Hmm. Ew. Yuck. Maybe because the person who taught me was hurting and their expression at the time was just really negative. Maybe the person that taught me was controlling and they were attempting to prevent me from being my own source of happiness. Maybe it's something that's really uncomfortable and gross, and I just don't even want to think about it. Whether or not I have clarity on where my old beliefs came from about good things, those beliefs came from so long ago. I don't need them anymore. I don't want them anymore. They're no longer valid. And maybe once upon a time, it was the best that I had. And maybe once upon a time, it was a survival mechanism. And it worked. I survived. And I'm here. But now these old beliefs are in my way. They're hurting me and they're hurting my perspectives and my choices and my chances. And they don't match with the support that I am desiring. And I give myself permission to change my programming. I give myself permission to change my mind. I give myself permission to choose different. And I give myself permission to choose whatever the hell I want and not have to make it make sense, not have to explain it, not having to find the logic in it to anyone. I can choose it because it is right for me. I can choose happy for myself. And that's a positive thing. I'm not taking that happy from anyone else. I'm starting it inside of me. And you know what? As soon as I allow it and I feel it, I share it. And that gives other people permission to have that happy. What a beautiful thing. What a wonderful thing for me to choose that I get love. I get to have love and I get to have joy and I get to have confidence and I get to have comfort. I get to have ease. And even if, as I choose these things, I really have no idea what I'm doing, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. It's okay if I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay if I flounder at first. It's new, but it's a really good new. And I am open to discovering how it fits for me. And as I choose to change my programming, it's possible I'll come across old programming occasionally, maybe in a new situation or a heightened situation. And that's also okay. I give myself permission to release the old programming as many times as I need. This doesn't have to be an all or nothing, one time only experience. I'm upgrading. And I give myself permission to do it as it fits for me. My positive upgrades. My permission. My permission for what I want. My permission for what's good for me now. My permission to trust that it's good. My permission to trust that it's happy. My permission to try. All of the good. As I give myself permission to receive, I hold space for any concerns, for any curiosities, for questions, for feelings, anything that needs to be processed or answered or supported. I can do this. Oh my goodness, I can do this. If I've gotten this far on that old programming that was so draining and so negative, I can definitely trust that I will go further and deeper and faster and greater with this new programming that is supportive of me and where I am and where I am going. My new support. My new support for my life. My new support that I receive. My new support that I generate. My new support that bubbles out of me and creates even better outcomes. As I choose into this new support, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, pause on tapping and let's take a breath. Now check back in on that feeling. Do you feel better? Does it feel bigger? Does it feel more empowered? Are the voices that were attached to it, are they quieter? Are they gone? If so, congratulations. You reached a point where your brain said, heck yeah, I'm on board with this. And that means that you have that beginning of your neural network to really start to see differently. And we're so close to the end of time. I'm just going to geek out a little bit scientifically on you. The subconscious brain is a literal million times stronger and faster than our conscious brain. It receives all of our information and it chooses what 200 bits per second our conscious brain becomes aware of. Okay. So there's this huge reality that we are never consciously aware of. And the way our brain chooses what we become consciously aware of are all of these templates, all of these filters that we put into place. And it's all of our beliefs because our brain wants to validate our belief system. So if the belief system is, no one could possibly love me, then the brain will not share anything that opposes that. So if someone is showing interest, you're not going to notice, or you're going to think they're jeering at you instead of trying to flirt with you because that's the way your brain is wired. But this and doing these affirmations, doing it in a way where you feel that connection in your body and with yourself and your mind starts to change that rewiring. And it truly allows you to see things differently because now your brain is saying, aha, I am lovable and I do deserve to have that connection. And then that's what it starts looking for to validate you in and gives you that information. And maybe it's something that's been there all the time. Maybe you change your habits just slightly because that starts to support the benefit that you've now chosen to be your template. But the outcome is you receive what you're looking for. How amazing is that? It's like the science of the law of attraction. There's so much more. I could geek out on it more, but we're out of time. So if you want to learn more about that, there are videos on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here with me this week. I hope that you feel better and I hope that you feel loved and cared for and connected with. If you have questions, please go ahead and email me. A lot of times I will take the questions and create the Friday videos that I post every single week. And if it's something that you want to tap on, I'll bring it up next week. And if you're just looking for resources, just help on something, I'm also here for that too. So I love you. I'll be thinking about you. I hope that I get to see you again next week. Mwah. Take care.